Hello everybody, today I'm bringing you a build guide that will come in at about $500. It'll get you somewhere at around 720p, maybe 1080p on low settings. It's not a high-end gaming build, but it should be able to get you through most of the newest titles. So let's begin. So to start off this build, the CPU that I chose was the Athlon X4 750K processor. It is on the FM2 socket. It is a K-series processor, so it is unlocked, has an unlocked multiplier, so you can do a little bit of overclocking. Honestly, it's a really great deal for around $80. You get a quad-core processor that's able to be overclocked. And with the power of nowadays CPUs, it's very hard to find a graphics card that's going to be bottlenecked. So you should be able to pair with almost any graphics card that you want to upgrade to in the future. So for the motherboard, I chose the ASRock FM2 A75M Pro 4 Plus motherboard. It's a micro ATX motherboard with the FM2 Plus socket, so it is backwards compatible with the FM2 CPUs. It does feature USB 3 and SATA 6 gigabit per second, so if you do want to upgrade to an SSD in the future, you can. But for what our uses are for this build, it should be perfectly fine, and it has some overclocking features to get a little bit more out of your CPU. For the memory, we went with g.skill value memory. 2x4 gigabytes gives you 8 gigabytes total, running at 1600 megahertz. 8 gigs should be more than enough for any modern game and then some, so if you have any other tasks running in the background, it shouldn't slow down your gaming performance. For the storage, we went with a 1TB Western Digital Blue hard drive. 1TB seems to be the sweet spot nowadays. It gives you enough storage for most of your games, movies, pictures, and whatever else you want to store on your hard drive, and it doesn't come in too expensive. It comes in around $60, and I think that's a great deal for 1TB of storage. For the video card, we went with the Asus Radeon HD 7770. It is a mainstream gaming card. You could go for the R7260X, but I believe that that's just a rebranding of the 7790, which is not too far up from this graphics card. It'll get you at about 1080p with medium, maybe some high settings. If you have a 720p monitor, then you'll be definitely way over any of the requirements for that game. It comes in at a pretty low price, so it could be upgraded or downgraded depending on what you want to use it for. For the case, I decided to go with the NZXT Source 210 Elite. It comes with USB 3 ports on the front, and it's a very spacious case considering that we have a micro ATX motherboard, so it should be very nice to build in. It also has room in the back for cable management, and it comes with, I believe, 2 included fans, so cooling should not be an issue. Also, I forgot to mention that the CPU will also be on stock cooling unless you decide to overclock, so that will be at your discretion. So powering all this is a Corsair CX 500 watt power supply. It's 80 plus bronze, and it should be able to power this whole build and maybe even a couple upgrades for in the future if you want to change your graphics card or maybe update your CPU and motherboard. Nothing too major without having to change your entire power supply, but it should be good for this budget build. The total cost of this build is somewhere around $500, give or take 10, maybe $5. But by no means is this perfect. So in the comments below, leave me suggestions or maybe changes you would make to this build if this were your own or if you're recommending it for someone else. If you like this video, thumbs up. If you didn't, thumbs down. And tell me why in the comments below. If you haven't already, please subscribe. There are many more videos coming from this channel, and most of them have to do with a new computer that I happen to be building, so stay tuned for that. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.